Hello everyone. Today we are going to create a turntable animation of our chair project, or you can place any object that you want to visualize from all the angles. So we'll create a turntable animation. We will render this in 3ds Max and put it together in After Effects. So you can see in the end it is a textured model, and in the beginning it is a wireframe model, and it rotates twice, so you can see the textured model and the wireframe model, and then there is a transition between the two. Okay, so let us get started. In 3ds Max, open the file which has your object. So I'll go to my chair project and I'll open this chair, for example. Okay, so I'll create a turntable animation of this chair. So if you hit the 8th key, you will see that there's a background color and no other map. Material editor, it has a physical material for the leg and the body. Okay, customize unit setup, you will see that it's metric centimeters, and system settings will be metric centimeters as well. Okay, so we will create a platform. First, we will put the chair in the center. These are two separate objects. We'll select the chair and go to group it, name it chair. Okay, so we'll place it in the center of the scene. This is very important to do. Also, you can go to affect pivot only and center the chair, and you can see that now the chair is exactly in the center of the scene. Okay, because we are creating the turntable, this is an important step. The chair has to be on the top there. So we'll create a cylinder. Okay, and then we will have edged faces on. So this cylinder will have 2 cap segments and 3 height segments and 9 sides. Okay, and then you can add a mesh smooth modifier so that it has soft edges. Okay, so this part is taken care of. Now the next step is to create a circle. Again, make sure that it is at the center. Create a circle and also make sure that the circle is in the center. Go to cameras, create a physical camera and drag the camera into the center. We need to make sure that the target of the camera is also at the center. So I'm just right clicking on these numbers so it goes to the center. Okay, now what we will do is we will select the camera and constrain it to the circle, and it will rotate around the center. So if you go to animation, constraints, path constraints, and select the circle, and you can see a keyframe is created as 0 and 100, and now the camera will rotate along the circle. If you click on time configuration, we will make it custom 24 frames per second, and we will make it 180. So 180 frames, and we'll drag this from 80 to 180. Okay, so our animation is 180 frames long, or 7.5 seconds long. Now we'll go and look through the camera, and then we will also turn the show save frame on so you will know what is getting rendered. Then we need to assign the render output. So it's going to be an HDTV output. It is going to be 720 by 405. Okay. Now you can select the circle and move the circle up, and because the camera is attached to the circle, the angle changes. Okay. If you want, you can even select the target. If you select this circle camera line and alt select the camera, then the target is selected. You can move the target up. Okay. And then you want to make the camera go away, so you have to increase the radius of the circle. Okay. And now you can select the target and move it up so that the chair is in the center. So now you can see that the top part is inside and then the cylinder part is also inside. So this is how your animation will look. Okay, so let us save this. So once this is done, we can hit the render button and see how it looks. We are going to use the default scanline renderer. Okay, now the background is black. So what we will do is we will create a tube. Okay, and place the tube so the tube is covered. And then we will make sure that it's slightly below the frame here, and then you can reduce the height so it is slightly above. So we will only create the tube uh, as big as we want, and we will assign a material to the tube. So hit the M key and drag a standard material and assign material to selection. Okay, and we are going to use a gradient map so that we get a nice gradient for our tube. We will have to assign a UVW map, which is going to be cylindrical. We can see that the top is black and bottom is white. Now what we will do is we'll go to around frame number 135 where the camera is in the front, and we will add a light. It's going to be a standard light and a target direct light. So click and drag the light. Again, the directional parameters of this light. So select on the line, alt select the light, so the directional will place it exactly in the center of the scene. Okay, because this light is also going to rotate, so the target has to be in the center. This light in the front view has to come from the top. Okay, and we'll turn the shadows on. We'll play with the hotspot and fall off. If you render it, you can get that shadow. So I think maybe the camera can be further moved up to get a better angle of the chair. Go back to 135. Then now we will have to move the circle down. So we will select the cylinder, right click, go to object properties, and we will say do not cast shadow, do not receive shadow. And if you render it, that light is falling onto the object. So what we will do is we'll select this light and exclude the tube. We will select the perspective, camera, and render it. So you can see only this tube is lit. And you have shadows. Now what we will do is add an omni light as a diffuse light, and render it. Okay, the light is too strong, so we will reduce it to say 0.25, and we will use the same light as the backlight. Then it comes from slightly above. So these are going to be our three lights. And now we need to reduce the intensity of this light. So this light is 0.25, this light is 0.25, this light is 1, and what we will do is we will use an HDRI image as an environment. Okay, an HDRI image can be found on HDRI Heaven. Go to HDRIs, go to outdoor, and select any image that you like. And when you click on the image, you have to either select the 1K, 2K, or 4K option. I like 2K option because it's not too small, not too big. Okay, so once that image is selected, you can see that it will be reflected on the chair. So it gives a better result, but it's still uh, quite bright. So what we'll do is we'll select the camera and we'll reduce the exposure value of the camera. So the exposure value of the camera is 6. If you increase it, it will become darker. So if you run 6 becomes 9, and if you render it, now that looks better. Now we need to assign a material to our base. So if you hit the M key, I'll create a standard material and assign the material and show shaded material in the viewport. Go to diffuse, general, bitmap, and I will use this concrete texture. Okay, and what we will do is we need a better texture map for this. So again, we will add a UVW map. Make it, let us see how the planar looks. Okay, see how these are not looking nice. We can make it box. And then now it is, let us look in the front view. Okay, I will have to go here into perspective view to show you how things look. Alright, so now this box height has to be increased, and that fixes the texture on the height. Okay, so now we have like a silhouette around, we have a diffuse light, we have a fall light, and that completes our lighting. We will fix, there is a darkness on top, lightness at the bottom, and then we are ready to render this one. In the next class, we will look at how we can connect these lights so the lights rotate with the camera, and then how to render this animation, and then how to create the wireframe animation. In the next class, we will look at that.